Welcome back to Stocklabs for another market recap. Hope everybody had a pleasant Thanksgiving, got to spend time with friends and family and whoever else. Um, Markets, we had an abbreviated week this week. Technically, there was trading on Friday, Black Friday the 25th, but really the week kind of ended on the 23rd, Um, day before the Thanksgiving holiday, because no one was really doing anything after that. So our weekly performance for indices was actually halfway decent. Um, Kind of thought we were going to just slide into the holiday, but instead, early in the week, chopped around, traded down, then um, ended up moving higher into Thanksgiving. And Friday was kind of just a fractionally down day, but overall indices ended up being green for the full. I mean, not full week, but by Friday everything was green for the week. Q's underperformer up 7/10. Small caps up 1%. S&P up 1.5%, and the Dow still outperforming, up almost 1.8%. Bonds had a nice bounce, up 3% for the week. They've kind of been creeping higher last several weeks, which talked about previously before. I mean, it's kind of more like recession risk is coming more into focus as the rate risk sort of takes a little bit of a back seat, although there hasn't been anything that really justifies the rate risk uh, falling by the wayside, other than trying to front run the pivot, or front run the rise in unemployment and all this stuff. But really, none of that stuff has materialized yet, and it's what the Fed kind of keeps talking about. They haven't seen the type of recessionary, the recessionary moves in the data that are kind of past expected by now. Um, yeah, so good week for the market overall. Crude down another 3%. I mean, it's kind of like one-way trading now to the downside with crude, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the crude trade is unwinding, even though the crude stocks are staying bid. Basically, they aren't really falling apart as the commodity goes down. For breadth, utilities outperformer up 2.7%. Tech underperformer, basically flat. Median tech stock. Healthcare was down, basically flat but down. And the rest were more or less in line with the market. Subsector wise, not really a whole lot to get really excited about. Nothing really running away. I mean, we had a couple that were up over 5%, but the rest, kind of everything hugging the midline, the kind of unchanged line. I guess it's skewed a little bit to the buy side because there really isn't anything on the downside here that is that alarming. I mean, even this first page of the bottom 25 is already basically at unchanged, and this one is you got like up 3%, which is, I don't generally count it as anything too impressive, but when you pair it up against the downside, I mean it's a decent up week for breadth. Um, Breadth on a market cap basis, we can take a look at quickly. 1 to 5 billion got up 1.32%. 5 to 10 billion up 1.7%, pretty strong. 10 to 50 billion up 1.8%, and 50 to 100 billion up 1.5, not too bad. And 100 billion plus up 1.94%, really strong. So again, you see like these Terra cap, 100 billion cap stocks up a lot, even though the Nasdaq really underperformed. Nasdaq wasn't even half of this performance wise. So basically everything X, large cap stuff, X technology is doing really well right now. And seems like that's probably going to continue into the end of the year, if it's sort of like taking place as part of a larger rotation. Um, for intelligent, whoops, for intelligence for this week. Okay, we've got semiconductors, we've got natural gas, we've got palladium, uh, bear China. I noticed was seeing some headlines about zero COVID stuff. I guess it's like, I mean, can't even speculate. No one even knows what's going on in China. But yeah, apparently zero COVID, not that popular in China, even though it's being forced on a lot of the major population centers. But anyway, the downside here, we have small cap energy. Okay, Egypt bearish. Big oil inverse is bearish, which would be bullish. Big oil. Nasdaq cybersecurity is bearish, so I guess that would be stuff like Okta and Zscaler, things like that. BlackRock. Okay, gonna ignore munis. Apple. Okay, 1.5 times bull. Apple is bearish, so bearish Apple for the week. That would kind of make the market overall a bit more bearish. Renaissance IPO ETF is bearish. Bitcoin bearish, and biotech bear. Yeah, bullish biotech is bearish, so bearish biotech. Yeah, not really a whole lot to take from this. I mean, the week overall, the previous week was kind of a nothing week. The market, I think, has alternated up and down weeks for maybe 4 or 5 weeks straight. So, based off of that, you would think that the market would be down next week. Even though if you just discard kind of this past week as a nothing week there where there wasn't any participation, then maybe you see a bit of an up move this week, which kind of makes no sense. You say, oh, it might go up, might go down. Well, yeah. I would plan for a kind of choppy week into at least the middle of the week. And then I'm pretty sure we get non-farm payrolls on Friday, which will probably not come in recessionary enough to, justify the easing of rates and all this stuff. So then the market will sell off on a decent NFP print. Doesn't even have to be like blockbuster thing. It just has to basically hold what it's been doing for all year, and it'll be, market probably won't enjoy that too much. So yeah, I would kind of just expect some choppiness and downside into the middle of the week, and then the whole week is going to save up its move for Friday probably, unless the Fed talks at some point in the middle of the week, which they might. So yeah, I wouldn't. You're still kind of in this holiday end of year mode. I mean, kind of anything goes, but really looking for a bit of a swing high to get put in, and then see how we actually go to finish out the year. But yeah, I would be cautious this week again. So that's it for me. Yeah, short week, not much to recap on, but yeah, into December now. Year's almost over. Nasdaq's down like a million. Dow is kind of getting towards flat-ish for the year, which is, I mean, come on. And the S&P is down somewhere in the middle of those two. I don't know if it's like 15% or 20% or what. I really don't. Can't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, we'll see how this week goes. Choppy / bearish into the middle of the week, and bearish into NFP print, and we'll see how it goes. So thanks. Talk to you guys later. Bye.